Hey everybody, Emeka coming at you here, and my gosh, it does feel like it's been forever since I've done this type of video. And I wanted to take a moment and kind of bring you up to speed with some things. As you probably saw from the title of this video, I will be covering titles, how to title your book to help it become a best-selling book. I'm going to give you a sneak preview in my new program. This is actually one of the lessons on titling your book. So you'll have a chance to kind of test that out, see what it's all about. But I also wanted to just do a quick intro to kind of bring you up to speed with everything I've been working on. So yeah, it's been a crazy last 2 years. First off, I wanted to thank those of you who've been with me from the beginning. I've been chatting with some of you, and 2006 or 2016 seems like forever since I published some of my first books. And now that we're back up in Canada, and I've been able to start working on my dream company, Driven Hard, and it's just been absolutely incredible. And I'm so humbled that those of you that you've stuck around and you've seen the growth with everything and all the changes and everything that's been going on in the self-publishing space, and here with my self-publishing blueprint as well. So I wanted to kind of give you a sneak preview of what the new program, my self-publishing blueprint volume 2, is all about. This lesson is going to be titles, how to title your book to become a bestseller. And it's really neat. It dives into titling and Amazon SEO and a couple different things. So I really want you to pay attention and get a good sneak preview of what you can expect from volume 2. So what the hell is taking this course so bloody long? And I'm filming from my phone, so if it looks like, hopefully this turns out right. Testing a whole bunch of new things as I kind of restructure and redo everything. So bear with me with the growing pains, but so here's what's been taking so long. Not blaming COVID, but it's just, I started the program, volume 2, God man, probably a year and a half ago. This has been extremely overdate. This is more overdate than Trump's healthcare plan, right? This is been crazy. And I started it, got halfway through it, and then threw the whole thing out because I wasn't happy with it. It was changing direction. I didn't like what it was going on, and it's been a bit of a struggle. And we did the whole move and everything, and also like I was working on other projects and other things. It wasn't my main focus where it should have been. And over the last little bit, we've made some incredible progress with it. It's almost done, and I figured it'd be a great time to kind of give you a real sneak preview of what it's all about. And so you're going to have an opportunity to take a look at this lesson, and there's going to be one more lesson that I'm going to upload as well on how to launch your book. And that actually, I just finished recording. I've sent it off to my editor, and they'll be editing it, send it back to me, and then I'll upload it for the beta team. And when they give me their approval, then I'll do another video like this on the channel, so you'll be able to check that out. But yeah, so the new program, it's almost done. It's really designed to help make self-publishing as simple as possible for you. And I've interviewed publishers who do over $1 million a year. I've taken, everything I've learned over the last few years and just grabbed the best from everybody I possibly can, threw out some of the stuff I didn't like, and really just tried to make the best and the most simple self-publishing program that there is today with my spin on it. And that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be a lot more expensive than my current one. So one of the other reasons I'm doing this is those of you who want to put their faith in me and the program and everything, you can grab the current one now, and you'll have an opportunity to upgrade at no cost to the larger one. You want to hold out, the price is just going to increase when the new one is fully ready. But that's kind of my sales pitch. Pretty standard, I guess you could say. But I just wanted to give everyone a fair shot at taking a look at what's going to be coming. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming to the channel. Nowhere near the level of uploads and everything I was doing in the past. That's just, times have changed, and I'm just not that guy anymore. But I am going to keep teaching and helping you, authors, self-publishers, probably just in a different capacity with group coaching calls through the new program. But self-publishing is completely, like, it's given me so much more than I ever could have imagined, right? We're looking at buying our dream home and dream investment in property. Okay, we're looking at buying our dream home. In fact, I got pictures right here, right? Right, and right, look, that'll be my bar. I can have you over. And look, it has a gym. So just being able to look at these things, this is self-publishing. And so I just want to be able to share these type of goals and things with as many people as possible. And it wouldn't be possible if I didn't start publishing that first book back in 2016. And so, self-publishing still to this day, I think, is the best way to start any online business. You can start it at low cost, and you can start it, or it's just super easy. It's like anyone can do it. Like, you don't have to be a genius to do this. And that's one of the things I absolutely love about it, because I'm not a genius. I'm just still figuring things out myself. So anyways, I feel like I'm rambling. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to give you the lesson. Take a look at it. Let me know. Love me or hate me. Here you guys go. How to title your book and to become a best-selling author on Amazon KDP. So in this lesson, it's all about creating your best-selling book title. What we're going to do is we're going to break down exactly what a book title is, the 2 things all book titles must do in order to sell well. We're going to come up with your best-selling book title, and I'm going to show you some real-life examples of book titles that have been proven to sell and make money. Now, let's first talk about the importance of a book title. Your book title is one of the most important aspects of your book. In fact, if you think about it from a customer standpoint, as they're scrolling through Amazon, the first thing they're going to notice is your cover. Once they stop on your cover, then immediately, what do? Right? You can even go to Amazon right now and try this. You're looking through products. You're looking at the pictures first, because that's what our eyes are drawn to. We go from the cover, and then we go straight to the title to see what's this book all about. Choosing the wrong title can destroy your book's sales. However, choosing the right one will turn your book into a bestseller. Your book's content and theme will be influenced by the title you choose. A lot of people don't understand this concept, and we're going to get into it in a lot more detail later on in this lesson. But you first have to understand who the customer is, then you choose the title, then you create the book. And so many people, they create the book and then they create the title, and they end up doing it backwards. But I'm going to show you why this way works so much better. Now, there's 2 parts to a title. So first we have the title, and then we have the subtitle. So the title needs to be crystal clear on what the readers are going to achieve with this book. So the example that we have here is how to make money in stocks, a winning system in good times and bad. So the title of this book is How to Make Money in Stocks. That's the title. When you're buying this book, when you're reading the title, you know exactly what you're going to get from this book. How to Make Money in Stocks. The subtitle, this clarifies what outcome the reader will get in this book. They're going to get a winning system in good times and bad. That is the outcome. So this is a perfect example of a great title. A title should capture the reader's attention and tell them what the book's about. Main title, short as possible, less than 5 words. The 4-Hour Workweek is a short and catchy title, right? When you're going through different titles, you're going to see this. Instantly catches your eye. Instantly, hey, what's the 4-Hour Workweek about? I want to read more. I want to know more, rather. Then your subtitle, it tells the reader what solution they're going to gain from your book. So, 4-Hour Workweek example, escape 9 to 5, live anywhere, and join the new rich. Explains what the solution is, what they're going to be getting from this book. So your title must do 2 things on Amazon. Number 1, it needs to rank in Amazon's search engine as high as possible. That's what we call SEO, or search engine optimization. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit. And then the second thing, it must capture the reader's attention. These are the most important things to keep in mind when creating your title. This is where a lot of people, they get it wrong. They either try to do what we call keyword stuffing, and they try to all go into the SEO category and not with the capture the reader's attention category, or they try to capture the reader's attention without taking any SEO practices into play. So we're going to show you examples of good and bad that follow these two philosophies. Okay, so first off, what is search engine optimization? So search engines, like Google, for example, it's the most famous, the largest search engine, is something where you can go to find information about a product or a topic that you want to find out more about. So Google, when you type in, for example, sleep training, how to sleep train your baby, you're going to get a ton of different websites, articles, blogs related to how to sleep train your baby. YouTube is another search engine. You type something into YouTube, how to sleep train your baby, and instead of blogs and websites, you're going to be getting, you guessed it, videos on how to sleep train your baby. That's a search engine as well. Facebook also has a search engine. You can go into the top of Facebook, type in how to sleep train your baby. You're going to get forums or groups rather. You're going to get pages. You're going to get videos. You're going to get posts. You're going to get places, marketplace, whatever, all related around how to sleep train your baby. Instagram, pretty much anything that you can search for is a search engine. Amazon is also a giant search engine, but the main difference between the ones I just showed you and Amazon is Amazon, when people are typing in something in Amazon search engine, they're not looking for information, they're searching to buy a product. Amazon has over 300 million customers who can buy a product by clicking one button and one button only. I have this set up on my Amazon account. You probably have it set up on yours, where you can click this little buy now with one click. You can click that button. It'll be instantly. You don't have to confirm your card. You don't have to confirm if you actually want to purchase it. You click it and it is now being officially ordered and paid for. Search engines show what is best for the customers only. That is the whole point of a search engine. Let it be Google, Facebook, or Amazon. They want customers to get the best information most related to what they are searching for. The goal, especially on Amazon, is to make sure they give the customer the best buying experience possible. So this means showing the most likely product a customer will buy when they search for something. All right, so how do search engines work? Well, you can type in how to sleep train your baby and you'll get a list of results. You can also type in how to sleep train your baby for naps. Now you're going to get a list of different results still around sleep training. Because you typed in for naps, you're now going to start pulling in results related to nap sleep training. This is why understanding your customer has to come first. So you need to know what they're searching for and how they're searching for it so you can create the best book for them to find. You don't want to create a book and go looking for customers. You want to find the customers, the niche, and then create the book that's going to solve their particular specific set of problems. Now, SEO, it's the main reason people will find your book on Amazon. That is the main reason people will find your book, is based on how well it's ranking in Amazon search engine. But they buy it for other reasons. For example, a book that has poor SEO, very few people will be able to find your book, which is going to equal a lack of sales. This is the main issue most authors run into. They might write this great book, love it, their friends or family say it's really good as well. They put it on Amazon, yet they do no SEO work. They do nothing to ensure it's ranking on Amazon. And they wonder why they get no sales. It's because nobody can find their book because they didn't take the time to understand how Amazon's platform works, how Amazon's search engine works. Proper SEO means your book will rank on Amazon for the correct topic or keyword, and people will organically find your book, and this will make sales each and every day. So, how to sleep train your baby. This is the keyword or the search term that the customer who's looking to find a product to help sleep train their baby would be typing in to Amazon. How to sleep train your baby. That's what the mom or the dad is typing in Amazon to try to find a book to help solve this problem. The goal is to get your book to rank as high as possible when Amazon shows them the results. This is done in part by using the most frequently used words provided by the customer who are actively shopping already there. So we want our books to be on page 1 and in spot 1 whenever possible, right? We kind of call this the pole position. If you take a look here, you'll see there's the number 1 paid spot because you can actually pay by running Amazon ads to have your book or your product at the top of the page based on bids. We'll cover that when we start talking about ads in a few weeks. But the number 1 organic spot is this book here, the purple one. It's Never Too Late to Sleep Train, the low stress way to high quality sleep for babies, kids, and parents. So the pole position is what I like to call it. If you think about racing, they do a qualifying lap, right? Racers will do a qualifying lap. Whoever gets the fastest qualified time, they get what's called the pole position. Out of 20 cars, they get spot number 1, which gives them the best chance to win the race. Does it mean that they're going to win the race? No. They're just put in the best possible chance. That's what that number 1 organic spot will give you. It gives you the pole position. This gives your book the highest chance of success. Now, it's up to you to create the title, the cover, the description, get the reviews and all of that to ensure you get the most from that pole position, but you want to aim to have your book there. Now, some topics are easy to rank for, right? For example, if I go to Amazon right now and go to the Kindle store, sleep training for toddlers, right? It brings up 630 results for sleep training for toddlers, right? So it's a low demand, which means there's going to be lower competition. So it might be easier to rank for that keyword. I might be able to get a higher spot, but there's also less people searching, less people buying it. Whereas if I type in something like dog training, now there's over 7,000 results. So this is going to be a lot harder for me to rank for, but there's a way larger market. So I might not necessarily have to end up in the number 1 spot. I can end up further down the list and still make some really good money. Higher demand equals higher competition. Now, the reason you want to rank on the first page is this. So this is from Kindlepreneur, Dave Chesson's website, and it talks about the position in the Kindle keyword ranking, and it's a percentage of clicks based on them. So if you're rank number 1, the pole position on Amazon's page, you're getting roughly 27% all clicks, right? Whereas if you're the second product on the page, you drop down all the way to 12%. And then 9, 8, 7, 8 keeps dropping down. So you can see the first 1 or 2 products get a much higher percentage of all of the clicks when people are landing on that page. So that's why it's so important to make sure you're ranking at one of the top spots. Now, demand equals search volume. If you're in a smaller niche, you might be able to get a good pole position, so to speak. But low demand is also going to mean there's going to be fewer sales coming in. So you want to follow what's called the 1% rule. You only need a piece of a larger market, not the whole market. So if we take a look at dog training, for example, coming out with a book just based around dog training, horrible idea. The market's large and you're not going to be able to rank for such a competitive keyword. But coming out with a book, dog training for kids, see what happens to the search results. It goes from 7,000 with dog training to 538 dog training for kids. We're still ranking for dog training, but now we have for kids. So we can design a dog training book specifically for kids to start ranking for the larger market, which is dog training. And we can, by doing books like this, we can slowly build our way up and start getting a larger piece of the market. The more search results there are, the more niche down you want to go. So dog training, large market, lots of search results. So we want to niche that down, dog training for kids. Now, disclaimer, no one knows 100% how Amazon's algorithm works. This is like the KFC special recipe. This is Coca-Cola's secret formula. Nobody knows. This is behind lock and key. What you're going to learn is based on an extensive amount of testing, research, and trial and error to see what gets the best results for our students. All right, so let's break down Amazon's algorithm. So there's two main things that Amazon's algorithm works off of based on a lot of time, money, and experience invested in this. It's relevance and success. This means, one, when a customer types in a keyword, are the products that show up relevant to the search term, the keyword? So, for example, when they type in dog training, are the products that show up relevant to dog training? Number two, does the customer purchase one of those products? That would mean success. So since we know that, if we can favor this, we can increase our favorability of working with it. Now, there's also going to be product and performance relevance and customer feedback and reviews. So let's dive into all of these. So the five related factors are these: your book's title, so that's your book title and subtitle; your author name, that's another part; keywords that your book is going to be ranking for; the description you write for your book, as well as the categories your book is in. What you're looking right here is what is called your book's metadata. Amazon's algorithm, A9, grabs all of the data that you're looking at in these five categories, and that's what it uses to determine whether or not your book is going to be relevant to the words that the customer types in the search engine. So there are three main performance-related factors: sales velocity, click-through rate, and conversion rate. There are a few more, but these do tend to play the biggest role, and they're also the ones that, more importantly, we can actually influence the most throughout the publishing and marketing process. So that's why we're going to be focused on these ones. So let's take a look at sales velocity first. Amazon defines sales velocity as the number and dollar amount of a seller's transaction during a given month. So this means the more you sell and the higher profit you make, and Amazon makes, of course, the more Amazon will increase the rank and visibility of your book. So it's called a flywheel effect. Essentially what that means is by doing little things each and every day, by getting little sales every single day, Amazon starts rewarding you and they start pushing your book up the rank. When you push your book up the rank, you start getting more sales. So Amazon keeps rewarding you by promoting your book more, and which gets more sales, and it just keeps happening over and over again and becomes so big, essentially it can't stop. That's basically the concept behind a flywheel effect. Amazon boosts your book for its first 30 days to see how it's going to fit in the marketplace. So all brand new books, they do better in their first 30 days. It takes more effort to get a book going, but about half the effort to keep it in its place. So the book's first 30 days are the most important. And that's why everything that we're going to do, it's going to be designed to ensure that you're as organized as possible, that everything's in place so you can maximize your first month on Amazon, get as many sales, as many reviews as possible to ensure that going forward after the first 30 days, we can maintain that momentum and ensure sales keep going on a steady pace. Now, CTR, click-through rate, is closely tied with the next one, conversion rate. CTR is how many times Amazon shows your book to your audience and compares it to how many times people click on it. The more this happens, the more it tells Amazon your book is what people want to see when they type in the search term or the keyword that they did. So the things that are going to affect this are your title, your cover, your rating, your review rating, and your price. All of these play a role in increasing your book's click-through rate. Now, the conversion rate, once a customer has clicked on your book, the next thing Amazon wants them to do is purchase it. So what affects your conversion rate is your description, the look inside feature of your book, your author profile, reviews, which is one of, if not the most important factor, and of course the price. These are the main areas that are going to affect your conversion rates. Now, the look inside feature of your book, in case you didn't know that, we'll just click on a book here. This is the look inside feature. So what this allows customers to do is take a look inside their book. and you can see all the chapters, and you can see if the book's going to be relevant for you. It's kind of basically, it's like a trailer for a movie. You get to see what's exciting. And we're going to talk about making sure that this part of your book is top-notch. This is a really well-done book. It's top-notch, so this helps convert sales. And then the wild card, driving outside traffic to Amazon. This is what Amazon loves. This is by far the best way to increase the rank of your book. It's by taking a customer who's not on Amazon and bringing them to Amazon to purchase one of your products. Because finding new customers is one of the most expensive things a company can do. So they'll reward their customers for bringing on new customers. So if you can take a customer from your blog, website, Shopify store, email list, or any other place and drive them to Amazon and they purchase, this drastically has been proven to help increase your book's overall sales rank. So let's take a look at some basic things here. Sleep versus sleeping. The ing does make a difference. So if you don't have ing, if you only have sleep, your book's not going to rank for sleeping. So you want to ensure that you have both versions in your title or your subtitle. For example, how to sleep train your baby. Have a healthy sleeping baby in 7 nights or less. However, dog or dogs won't make a difference. Singular or plural won't make a difference on Amazon. Words such as book, free, best-selling, or famous book titles or author names are not allowed in your title or your book's metadata. So you don't ever want to have those type of words or a famous book title or author in any of these keyword slots, because that will flag your book and get it banned from Amazon. So some final thoughts on SEO. Work with the algorithm, not against it. The more we understand about how it works, the more we can use it for our favor. Quality matters, right? Ensuring that your book's the highest quality is also something that's going to help ensure sales over a long period of time. Understanding your customer matters. Without understanding who they are and what they're looking for, it's impossible to find out the type of words that they're going to be searching with. Your book's first 30 days are the most important. Page one and spot one, the pole position, is always the goal. But if your book is on page 2, you're still going to make sales. I have lots of books that are on page 2, sometimes even page 3. They still make money every single month. They're not making hundreds of dollars every single month, but they still sell, which is still key. And consistent sales is better than large bursts. Having sales over a consistent period of time is always going to be better for your book's rank versus having just little large bursts every now and then. All right, so the second thing that your title must do is capture your reader's attention. So let's take a look at that. First thing you want to remember, use the language your reader is speaking. You learn this by understanding who your customer is when you're doing your research. By using the same terms that relate to your readers, you're telling them that the book is for them by somebody like them. That is the most underrated thing. People want to learn from people who are in the trenches with them. Take, for example, this course, right? Probably one of the reasons that attracted you to it is because I've published a ton of books. I've gone through all of the struggles. I've built up my own publishing business from the ground up. That makes me able to relate to the problems and the things that you're going to go through, which in turn help me become a better teacher to help you out faster. It's the same thing for your readers. Now, Amazon, luckily for us, Amazon's going to tell us exactly what our readers are looking for when we do our research. So these are the phrases that are typed into Amazon when people are looking to purchase. So for example, when you type in sleep training, Amazon is going to list some of the most commonly used phrases with that word, sleep training. So for example, for toddlers is the most commonly searched phrase. Sleep training for toddlers is the most commonly searched phrase. Sleep training twins is the least most commonly searched about phrase. So we want to use these words in our title. For example, let's look at ketogenic and keto. Simply type in the word. Simply type your keyword into Amazon and see what pops up. So if my keyword is going to be ketogenic, Say when I have a book on ketogenic diet. So ketogenic diet, cookbook, Bible, diet cookbook, bread, cleanse, diet weight loss, diet for women. Those are the most commonly used words and phrases for people when they're looking for a book on ketogenic. If I use keto, diet, bread, cookbook, recipes, meal prep, desserts, green, bacon. I want to keep both of these search terms in mind because one's a shorter version of the other one. But these are the type of words I want to start building my title around because these are the most commonly searched about words. So keywords we want to use: diet, cookbook, recipes, meal, bread, cleanse for beginners. The most important thing to remember is relevance. So things to keep in mind. Don't forget to check variations of words. That's why I had keto and ketogenic. You want to make sure you're searching both. The most searched term is going to show up first. If there are no or very few auto suggestions, that just means a lack of demand for that particular keyword. So you can write down these keywords in the spreadsheet that you can find at the description of this lesson. Now, copywriting is something that's going to play a massive role in not only your title, but also in your book description. Copywriting is the written form of sales. It's one of the most powerful skills you can have in business. It's how you capture people's attention and have them buy what you are selling. This is exactly what we want to be doing with our titles. So, copywriting is an act or an occupation of writing text for the purpose of advertising or other forms of marketing. So it's arranging words on paper in order to sell a product. That's basically what copywriting is. Every word and line on a sales page for this program was done with extensive copywriting behind it in order to have you purchase it. We do the exact same thing with our books. Now, my buddy Ollie Al Gore is a copywriting expert. He's going to teach you all about copywriting and exactly how you're going to use this to sell more books. Now, I do want to give you an intro and give you some basic tips to get started, but Ollie's really going to dive into the deep thing of it because he's the expert with copywriting. Now, people, they buy when their emotions have been triggered, and we justify it with logic after the fact, right? So we're going to buy emotionally, and then afterwards, we'll justify it with logic. Copywriting is about evoking their emotions. Right? Use powerful words to pull up their emotions. I remember this one time I'm at a steakhouse down in Texas. Love me some Texas steak. And the waitress there, she asks, it's like, do you want your bone and ribeye? Do you want that smothered with onions and mushrooms? And I just looked at her. I'm like, smothered? Yeah, you damn right I want smothered with onions and mushrooms. And I remember telling Mariana, my wife, afterwards, I was like, do you think she was trained to say smothered instead of topped? And we were talking about this because I'm in sales and I'm a nerd about these type of things. And afterwards, I was talking to her and I asked, so were you trained to use the word smothered instead of topped? Or would you like some blah, 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 blah? And she's like, no, just smothered just sounds so much better. I'm like, yeah, no, that's fantastic. And I went with it because you said smothered. And it was great, but that was such a simple word. All of a sudden, increased the $4 or $5 for the extra topping. Not to mention the 20% tip she ended up getting just because she's working that much harder and going outside of the box there. But that's just evoking your emotions. Smothered got my emotion going versus topped. You also want to be benefit-driven versus feature-driven. People do not care about features. They care about what benefit they're going to get from the feature, right? Okay, people do not care about heated seats in their car. People care about their butt staying warm all winter. Benefit-driven versus feature-driven. A couple other things to keep in mind. Shortcuts are key. When coming up with your title, and when we do book research, I'm going to show you more of this, but 7 days or less. People like to do things in the quickest amount of time. So yeah, you can get these results in 7 days or less. Not, hey, you can get these results quickly. No, that's not quickly is irrelevant, right? It's you can get these results in 7 days or less, in 6 days or less. Right now you've put it on a number, right? Odd numbers sell more. Why isn't it 8 days or less? Because 7 days or less sells more. Why isn't it 6 days or less? Because 5 days or less sells more. Show, don't tell. 7 days is better and has higher conversions than 1 week, because 7 days seems shorter than 1 week. 60 seconds psychologically is shorter than 1 minute. Exact same time, but psychologically, it's shorter. And that's what people care about. That's evoking their emotions right there. Don't be afraid to be different, right? If everyone's offering 101 whatever, right? Not 100, 101 whatever, offer 501, right? Don't be afraid to be different. So let's take a look at some titles. So attention grabbing main title combined with a benefit driven and focused subtitle with keywords equals a boss level book title. So Michael Matthews, the purple one here, right? Thinner, leaner, stronger. The simple science of building the ultimate female body. I know exactly what that book's going to give me, right? The ultimate female body. Obviously, it's not for me, but it's a thinner, leaner, stronger body for a female who's looking to build the ultimate female body. Attention grabbing main title and a very benefit driven and focused subtitle. Actually, my friend Hal Elrod self-published The Miracle Morning, the not so obvious secret guaranteed to transforming your life before 8 a.m. Attention grabbing miracle morning. What's that about? Transforming your life before 8 a.m. Focused, benefit driven subtitle. Declutter Your Mind, probably one of the most successful self-published authors on Amazon right now, S.J. Scott. How to Stop Worrying, Relieve Anxiety, and Eliminate Negative Thinking. All right, another one, Gary Collins, The Simple Life, Guide to Decluttering Your Life, the how-to book to doing more with less and focusing on that, and focusing on things that matter. And then The Programmer's Code, a deep dive into mastering computer programming, including Python, C, C++. I'm not going to keep reading all the programming codes, right? But The Programmer's Code, a very attention-grabbing main title. Now, the balancing act that we have to do is we have to have a balance between heavy SEO focused and what are in customer appeal. So heavy SEO focus shows up easily in the search results, but gives your book no customer appeal, so people aren't going to want to click on it. A heavy customer focus book might sound great, look great, but if there's no SEO focus on it, no one's going to be able to find this great book. So you have to find the middle ground. So take a look at this one. Work from home, 50 ways to make money online analyzed. Passive income with affiliate marketing, blogging, Airbnb, freelancing, dropshipping, eBay, YouTube, etc. So what they've done here is called keyword stuff. They've only thought about SEO and ranking. They haven't thought about what's going to appeal to their customers. They've taken as many flashy keywords as possible and just shoved them all into the book, all into the title. This is what a lot of people used to do back in the day, a number of years ago. This does not work anymore. In fact, Amazon will actually punish your book and it'll bury it in the rankings, making it very hard for people to find if you do this type of practice now. No more Mr. Nice Guy, a proven plan for getting what you want in love, sex, and life. They haven't thought about SEO and they made the title based on standing out and exactly what the book is about. But there's no SEO. So how does Robert Glover have 1,800 reviews? That is because he marketed his book and he has a large following. Catchy main title. So this is the type of title we're going after. Catchy main title, SEO focused, keyword driven subtitle. Eat That Frog. What's that about? 21 great ways to stop procrastinating and get more done in less time. Perfect. Now, there's exceptions to the rule. So this type of title works after you've built up an audience. Same with the No More Mr. Nice Guy. Once you've built up an audience, you can start playing around with titles that speak more towards your audience. Because what's going to happen is when you have an email list built and you launch a new book, you're just going to send out emails. You're going to get instant sales right away, which is going to start throwing your book up in the ranking. Plus, you're going to get reviews from your current lists, which is going to help with the ranking as well. And it's going to get a good spot on Amazon. Because of the sales and everything that you're bringing in, we'll just keep pushing it up the ranking. All right, so I'm going to turn things over to Mr. Ollie L. Gore, and he is, as I put here, a copywriting genius. Well, here are a few of his highlights, and then I want to share something about what he did specifically for my publishing business that completely changed the way I thought and think to this day about how we work as publishers. So he's made over $400,000 from self-publishing. He actually sold his first publishing business for over six figures. He was the first student ever to hit $10,000 a month in royalties inside of the very program you are taking right now. He was the very first student to hit that in a matter of months. And on the copywriting side of things, he's being hired and worked with 7- and 8-figure companies for copywriting. Thinking back to one of my first times working with and getting to know Ollie, we formed a little group. There was 3 of us in this little group here, and we'd have calls Tuesday or Wednesdays for about an hour, hour and a half, and just talk publishing. And one of the things I did is, I shared all my books with him and said, hey man, how are you doing $10,000 a month with 30 books? And at the time I had 31 books and I was only doing about $3,000 or $4,000 a month. And so he took a look at a few different things, and he made some suggestions on changing some things in my description and what I'm doing to attract customers. And within about 60 days, I had my first $10,000 a month. That just completely blew my mind. So without further ado, we are going to jump into the next lesson, and Ollie is going to teach you all about copywriting.